Hello there everyone, and welcome back to the next video for the Clone Wars mock update series. This episode is going to focus entirely on lights. It's been a long time since I've shown the lights in like a full episode. I go all in depth on the lights, make some adjustments to the hallways, try some different new light setups, all sorts of different things, so I hope you guys are really excited about that. I think it's a pretty cool episode, especially once all the lights get put together and I start to show off some of the lights. So I think that's going to be really cool. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. And I guess we'll just get on into it. Now onto this main hallway right here. So it must have been, it was a really long time ago for the actual episode that I asked for some feedback on this. It was whether or not these lights in this hallway should be the same green that it is in that hallway down there. And I got a few comments that said the green definitely would be a cool thing to have in this hallway as well, so then you have matching colors. So I do like the white light, but I think I'm going to try and put on a bunch of green, translucent green pieces up on the lights, and I'm going to turn this hallway into the green hallway, similar to that other hallway, because then it kind of fits, it just fits that Separatist color a little bit more, you know, like all the time in the ships you see like the green color in the ship, in the Separatist like ship design. So I'm going to try to do that this episode, transforming this hallway into the green lighting hallway, so that should be exciting. Alright guys, so it's now nighttime and I've got all the lights set up, and this is also the first time I'm looking at this hallway with the green light at night, and I'm really liking this. This definitely feels a lot more Separatist color, you know, I think it just fits that a lot better. So I've set up a few figures, and I wanted to show a little bit of what exactly this hallway looks like. Starting off down here, just got a clone trooper on the ground there, and then we've got a trooper in there who is kind of running from the entrance to the hallway over there and kind of like dove into this pile of boxes, so he's like, his back's hitting the crates as he's taking cover. So he's just now getting into cover now, so I made it so like his legs are kicking up, his helmet's facing a certain way, and his back is kind of hitting the crate as if he kind of just jumped and rolled kind of into it because he was getting shot at. So thought that was cool, and the green light really gives an interesting kind of eerie feel to like the whole battle going on down here now, which I think is kind of a cool touch. So then we move on down here. We've got a trooper up there shooting up at an assassin droid who's up on the ceiling. And then just another trooper who's taking cover behind this pillar. And then this, I think you can kind of see it's a little silhouetted, but this poor clone trooper here who's getting a pulse rifle to the face by an assassin droid right there. So that's probably got to hurt, but the assassin droids are actually really fun to set figures up with. I don't use them very frequently in mocks. I don't know if a lot of people actually use assassin droids all that often, because I don't know how often you actually see them with the Separatist in the Clone Wars series. They're with like obviously the bounty hunters, and they're in those R2 episodes in season 1 as well. But I don't remember if the Separatists actually are shown fighting alongside with assassin droids. I know you see them like with bounty hunters and stuff like that. So I just thought it'd be cool to have them in this mock because of the, you know, throwback to the old battle packs. So yes, this poor clone trooper is getting a pulse rifle to the face. And then back there we've got a clone commando. I think this is a custom clone that I made, I don't know how many years ago, but I just took like a regular phase 1 clone trooper and like sanded off the top and then painted the visor blue. So that's like a really old custom. But I've got him down here in the hallways, and then some more assassin droids on the ground and over there, and then just a custom Rodian Jedi. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this hallway. I'm not sure in the final video how many figs will be down here, or if it will be kind of the way it is now. I don't really want to put too many figures down here, because that's another thing, is trying not to overcrowd mocks sometimes. I think it's always good to have a mix of the right amount of figures, but also having enough space on the actual mock to see all the details you put into it. You don't want there to be too many figures where it kind of hides that up and makes it crowded. Paul and I have always, ever since, I mean, even our first Brick World mock, we always try to set up the figures in a semi-realistic way, even though like Star Wars tactics are kind of a little crazy sometimes, and we try to combine some more realistic troop movements, but still have those epic like Star Wars charges where sometimes the clones just charge in for no reason just because it's epic. So we try to mix some of that and keep it a little more realistic, but also have it still have that fun Star Wars chaotic feel. So that is something we try to put a lot of thought and time into. Even when planning, we like to kind of map out where the troop movements might be and where like the front lines and all that stuff will be. So that's always a cool thing. And yeah, so that's pretty much the hallway. Here's what it's looking like from a little farther back. I think I'm liking the green a lot more than just the white light that I had in there before. It just adds a whole nother kind of, I don't know, just a whole, I think it's a nice addition with the green, and it really fits the Separatist colors well, and since this is a Separatist fortress, I think that'll work pretty well. So I really hope you guys are liking these green lights, because I think this is going to be one of my more favorite parts of the MOC now, especially when all the figures get the final setup and everything's touched up. So hopefully you guys like this green color, and we'll move on to the next clip, but I am really happy with this. Yeah, that's probably annoyed with me saying like, probably sounds like I'm patting myself on the back, and I don't mean it to be. I'm definitely not trying to make it seem like that, but I'm just happy with, I just get really excited when stuff comes out in an epic way. Like, I just love Star Wars, and I love how epic some stuff can be, so I always want to try to get that Star Wars feel and kind of that scale of like epicness that you get in all the Clone Wars episodes and in the movie. So hopefully that kind of comes across in this build. Alright, so now we're on the front of the MOC. This is the entrance to the hangar, and you can see the clone trooper there. And in case you haven't seen these lights before, there's also some light in the hallway right here. It's fairly simple light, it's just a few trans blue pieces up there, and then I just have lights shining through, and it gives that kind of a cool blue tint to the hallway. So this is something I've had in the MOC for a really long time. Some of you guys might not have seen it yet, so I thought I'd show it off here. So now the hallway isn't just kind of plain, it's actually got some nice blue, just light that kind of bounces off some of the walls, and then even a little bit onto the outside here, and the clone troopers are kind of silhouetted now, so there's the blue light in this hallway. And then lastly here in the hangar is the walkway. Up top here I've got some lights. You see I still need to hide some wires up there, but the walkway is really well lit. There's one pilot droid up there just hanging out. This is on top of the hangar now with the glass roof. You can kind of see the walkway a little better with the yellow stripe going down there, and the lights illuminate that fairly well. So I definitely like that little section up there with the droid. And then here's the hangar. I want to add more lights in here because it's really dark and you can't really see much of anything, but those lights up there at least give a little bit of kind of light into the hangar. And we've just got our admiral or something, like high-ranking Separatist officer. I haven't really decided what he is yet, but and then his droid escort. So definitely want to add some lights into this section of the hangar, because I think there needs to be something at least on the landing pad to kind of show off the ship, and so nobody trips on their way up the stairs, of course. Alright guys, so now we have the lights in the hallway, in the hangar, and now we've got the battlefield, and then obviously this village portion down here. So for the village I'm not too worried about lights, because I think I'm just going to use what we've used a few other times for the villages, so some street light lamp posts, and then like some red lights to show like some different droids firing, like super battle droids or droidicas, and you can also put a bunch of lights in the houses and everything like that. So I'm not too worried about the houses and stuff like that for the village in terms of lights. But the battlefield I'm a little worried about, because most of the time we aren't really able to put any lights on the battlefield because it's like a landscape. So there's not really any buildings or any place that would be a source of light. So what I'm kind of thinking for the battlefield is I think I want to have it lit up, because it's going to be weird if everything has lights on it and you can't see the battlefield when all the lights are off. So what I'm thinking for the droids is I think it would be cool if they had a few spotlights. So like some spotlights on top of the mountain up there that would kind of shine down onto the battlefield. So that would give a good amount of light on the battlefield itself. And then it would be like the droids would have that up there, so they can kind of look down at night and make sure there's no clones like trying to crawl or stealthily go up to the mountain. So I think that way if I build like some of those lights up top, might be able to shine enough light to make the battlefield look really interesting. This episode will probably be over, so I won't be building those in this episode, but either for the finale, probably for the finale or the trenches episode, one of those two, I'll include the kind of lights that'll be able to be on top of the mountain to shine onto the battlefield. So that's the current plan, but I just wanted to give a quick idea to you guys and see if you think that'll be a cool idea, or if you guys have any other ideas for how you think the battlefield should be lit up. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for this episode. This episode was entirely focused on the lights, so I hope you guys did enjoy that. It's been a while since I did a whole episode focusing on just the lights. I think it's been a while. I remember I did one a while back for what the lights were going to be like in the MOC, but now it's starting to get a little more complete with the hallway and the hangar lights. So I thought you guys would kind of want to see the thought process and what kind of different version of the lights that we want to use in this MOC. So normally Brickworld has World of Lights, which is a huge event like on Saturday night where they turn off all the lights and all the MOCs are like lit up, and it's awesome. If you want to check out some videos on it, definitely go look it up. I'll link my Siege of Mandalore World of Lights video where I show the MOC from last year with the lights. So that's why this MOC focuses so heavily on these hallways and all these different eye level shots, because in the plans this was for Brickworld. So all that stuff, and then the lights are a huge part of Brickworld. So, and they're such a cool thing to MOCs, and it kind of adds another layer to it. So I was like, even though Brickworld's not happening, I still want to keep them in here. Hopefully you guys liked the lights, and if you have any cool ideas or maybe different positions you think lights would be in, definitely put those in the comment section below. And next few episodes are going to be really exciting, guys. We got the village and the trenches. They're going to be hard, and it's going to be a lot of work, but I'm really excited for those. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Hope you guys have a great day, and may the force be with you always.